We're down here by the chicken coop today. It's a nice spot to put my hornbeck in the grass and not get the bottom all scratched up. And look at this nice fall weather we're having. It's actually really hot today. It's almost 70 degrees, if not past that. Right now it's October. So today's video is going to be on my hornbeck canoe and replacing this seat with a custom seat. There's a couple of things to go over first. This seat is designed to be the flotation for this canoe. So what that means is there is no flotation in the bow or the stern, no little areas up here where something is fiberglassed in, where there's foam in there to keep this thing afloat should you capsize it. This seat is the only thing that does that. The original seat is installed just like this one, but it has a bolt going through here with an orange washer, plastic washer, that goes down here on the inside. And they have those little cutouts right here. I planned on doing the same thing when I built this, but I ended up just using 3M Velcro in the bottom. And I can actually grab it right here and pick up the whole canoe by the seat without it coming out. So that is an important thing. You don't want your flotation floating away down the river and your canoe sinking. So the reason that I decided to put a different seat in it was this original seat, my legs would be hanging right here. My butt on the seat, the back of my legs unsupported, and after a while being probably three plus hours, your legs are almost bowing backwards. Your heels are on the ground. It's just uncomfortable. It starts to put some stress on my knees. I just didn't like it. So I was getting out every few hours, and when I'm canoeing and fishing, I'm like a dog in a hubcap factory. I just I keep going. I can't stop. I love it. So I wanted a more comfortable seat. First step was contact Hornbeck, and ended up getting in touch with a fellow named Josh. Josh was kind enough to email me a link to where they get their foam, or a foam like it. They were in the process of changing up where they were getting it, I believe. But anyways, this is polyethylene foam, and it is a 2.2 pound density. And that's important because that means that it has a certain buoyancy level to it for flotation. And they figured out what they need in order to float an empty canoe to where you can recover if you tip it over. So you do not want to use different material necessarily unless you know and have done the homework that it has the flotation required to save your canoe if you capsize. That being said, the link below will take you to a website, and I believe the piece I bought was 24 inch by 54 inch, and it was about 60 bucks with shipping. Don't quote me on that, but about that. And that's a big piece, 54 inches, 2 inches thick. And what I did was just took a cardboard template. I drew this area out on a cardboard template so I had something to work with, and then I added to it what I wanted this to be. Also copied their design, except extended it just a little bit with this area right here coming out. So basically, if you laid this down on a sheet of cardboard, you could cut it out. That would give you your starting area, and then you could extend it out however you wanted, just like I did. Now that gave me the first sheet, the first layer. I ground the seat out a little bit, and then this part here I cut out the shape that I wanted so it would support the back of my legs, and it would raise it up just a little bit because that's what I preferred. And then I stuck this top one to this using a heat gun. I cut it with a large butcher knife, sharp, nice and easy, straight cuts. Measure twice, cut once. And I drilled the hole out with just a regular hole saw bit. And I stuck it together with a heat gun. Heat guns you can get at Harbor Freight if you don't have one, fairly cheap. I think even 20 bucks or so. So you would just heat it and stick it together. It was that simple. I'll put some of the footage from the build after I'm finished talking here, and you guys can go from there with it. So If you want to do it, great. If you're comfortable with your seat, that's great too. Does add a little more weight. I'm not knocking Hornbeck in any way. These canoes are built to be lightweight. That means a minimal seat. So I get it. I just required more comfort. Kind of prissy like that. I hope you liked the little video, and if you got any questions, feel free to put them below.